Well, it certainly has been a long time since I've made a video, huh? But hey, it's not like I didn't warn you guys. I gave you a last-minute heads up. And now to go over a very, very long and very painful story. On my part, you guys are gonna laugh. Or have sympathy pains, we'll just see what happens. Yeah, so, for those of you who didn't catch my last video, I went to my brother's wedding in South Korea and I was there for a month. Now, some of you are probably wondering, why was the wedding in South Korea? I don't like to go into my personal life or into my family's life, but just because I don't think it really matters that much, I'll just say he wanted a job that would allow him to travel. And he eventually got a job teaching English in South Korea, and from there they can fly him off to Hong Kong and Japan for some vacation time. So he likes it there. And he eventually found someone and he married her. And I've seen them behave, and you know, it's very inspiring to see that kind of true love. Anyways, so I was there for about a month. And why was I there for a month? Oh, isn't it obvious? The ticket itself costs $1,000. Okay, this is why I don't buy consoles and games left and right. It's because I put away money for certain events and for certain things, and this was no exception. So yeah, that's why I was there for a month. And you know, I did what I said I would do. I kept checking up on everyone, seeing how things were doing on YouTube. But the reason I didn't want to get on YouTube was just because I wanted to spend as much time as I could with my brother and not have to constantly answer a bunch of questions. No offense to you guys. I do enjoy answering a couple of those questions. Most of them anyway. But, you know, if I'm going to be out there, I want to spend some time with my brother. And he's the only other one in my family who will actually play against me in the games. He's older than me, so he's slightly better, but you know, it's almost near that same skill level. We mostly just played Mario Kart Wii, New Super Mario Bros. Wii, but that was only when his wife was around. Most of the time we just played Call of Duty Black Ops on his PS3. I have to say, I don't take back what I said about first-person shooters. The single-player campaign to me is just so boring, but it's always been the multiplayer modes that are just so much fun. If it's just the multiplayer mode, I love first-person shooters, but other than that, no, I don't care for them at all. Oh yeah, and because he had a PS3 and I told him a bunch of games to get, I was able to play all the way through Ratchet & Clank Future, Tools of Destruction, and A Crack in Time, and just the first part of Uncharted 2, but that was about it. But yeah, that's what I enjoy doing out there. I didn't do just that, but first I want to start at the beginning of my trip, and normally that sounds really boring, but oh my gosh, wait till you hear this story. You're either going to laugh or you're going to have sympathy pains. Let's see what happens. My flight ticket was at 6 in the morning just to get to San Francisco so I could catch a flight there to go to South Korea at 11. And because I had to go to customs first, so I had to be there an extra 2 hours, so I had to leave, or I had to get there by 4 o'clock in the morning. And the day before this, and the night before it too, I had no sleep whatsoever. I couldn't sleep. I was trying to pack up everything, get everything ready. And I was also trying to rush through the Epic Mickey review, just so I could finish that before I left. And, you know, once I had finally finished it at about midnight, I tried uploading it to the Pushstart website first. Or, I uploaded it to Pushstart there, and, to upload a video there is not that bad, but sometimes it will stop. And because the review was so long, it took 2 hours to upload. 2 hours! And what's worse is that sometimes it doesn't upload all the way through and I'll have to restart. And if that happened, I never would have gotten it uploaded. So yeah, praise God that I could upload that, because I would not have been able to enjoy my trip if I didn't have that taken care of. I hate to say that, but it's true. I would have just been looking back on this like, I wish I had more time to finish it and upload it. What's wrong? But yeah, I got that uploaded, and then after that I decided to put the video of me saying, you know, I'm leaving, I'll be back in a month, and all that jazz. I didn't want to mention, I was aware of this a long time ago, but there were so many things coming up I wasn't sure if I was going or not, and then I just figured, I'll just tell them at the last second, that way no stupid rumors will pop up anywhere. But yeah, going back to that, I had no sleep, but for some reason I wasn't drifting off into dreamland everywhere, though my legs were starting to give out. I don't know what happened there. It's like, for some reason I felt like all the energy in my body was just transferring it to my head so I could function and think properly. My legs were just like waggling all over the place. My arms were barely able to take the luggage. Yet I was able to stay awake without nodding off at all. Don't know how that happened, but anyway, once I finally get to San Francisco, it's a 3-hour wait until the worst happens. Or until I get my first piece of bad news. The flight has now been delayed for 50 minutes. Yes, it was delayed for 50 minutes. Once the plane finally comes in, I decide, I'm going to take a nap. I need it. I've been waiting this whole time. I'm not in the airport anymore. This is what I can do now. And, it's not comfortable at all, so it wasn't very fun for me. But I take a nice little nap. Only about 2 hours, only to find out the plane still hasn't left! Apparently there was a problem with the luggage, and it caused a delay. Why it caused a delay for 2 hours, I don't know, and I just wanted to just scream at them because the flight was 12 hours long, and now you just put 2 more hours on there, plus the 15 minutes when the flight was delayed. So yeah, I'm about ready to lose my mind. Well, anybody would. Fortunately, I brought my Game Boy Advance SP, my DS Lite, and my 3DS just so I could survive the trip. And yeah, the DS Lite actually lasted me the whole entire flight. It never once went red. I don't know what happened. I mean, there was a time I just kind of like nodded it off here and there, and I closed it up to watch a movie. The only one I actually watched was Tron Legacy, or the new Tron that came out. I haven't even seen the first one. But yeah, it was nice that the DS Lite lasted me the trip, and I pretty much only used the 3DS just to show off and to take pictures, which you'll see a few pictures I've taken, and the pictures you're looking at right now are taken with my 3DS, so unlike everybody else, I'm actually trying to make use of my 3DS. At least until the really good games start to come out, because that's why I bought it in the first place, but, So, the wedding. Yeah, not much I could talk about the wedding. It went off very well. Nothing went wrong. I was a little worried, though, because I'm the only family member from my brother's side of the family there. I was the only one that could make it. On both sides of my family, I was the only one who made it. And I was a little worried because because the interpreter and the wedding setup planner guy, he was trying to give me some jobs that I would have to take care of. So apparently I had to be the role of my dad, my mom, my other brother, the best man, the flower girl, and a dancing monkey. Fortunately, it was all worked out so I could just play the best man. And I had to say it was okay, except the shoe I had to wear would only be comfortable if I amputated a toe. But yeah, most of my time I just spent there. I was with my brother, his wife, and we went to a few places, but not a whole lot. In fact, we didn't really go that many places. One thing I did do was I went to go see a foreign movie in 3D. Pirates of the Caribbean on Stranger Tides. Hey, this was Korea. That was a foreign film. It was in English with Korean subtitles, so that was good. I did go to a couple of places like some historic landmarks and such. But other than that, that was kind of really it. I did do a little bit of work when I was out there. I actually had the opportunity to substitute for my brother, so I actually got to earn a little cash. So when I got back, I was able to buy a couple games like, actually before I left, I downloaded Bomberman Hero, Mega Man X, and got GoldenEye for the Wii. Then when I got back, or before I got back actually, I ordered from GameStop.com from their buy 2 used games, get 1 free. So I got Tatsunoko vs. Capcom, Fire Emblem Radiant Dawn, and Kirby's Epic Yarn. I'm not sure if I'm going to do a review for all these games. I can try, but I'm not going to make any promises since I'm going to be real busy in the upcoming weeks and such. I'm not going to answer why, just know that I'll be busy. Something else I need to bring up. I'm not going to be able to make videos. I'm not going to be able to make a video every single week now. I'm just not going to be able to make that deadline anymore. I'm going to make them as much as I can, but I'm no longer promising them every week. I mostly want to focus on top 10s because apparently I'm more famous on YouTube for having top 10s. Actually, I think I'm more famous for being the fan voice of Vector on Sonic Song 182's videos. But yeah, I want to focus on top 10s and I want to focus on reviews because that's what everybody wants to see, or at least that's why many people have subscribed to my channel in the first place. And because I actually have a lot of reviews I want to get to. It feels like they're just piling up, and if I don't get to them soon, it's just I can't focus on anything else. So yeah, I'm going to be making a bunch of videos, or at least I'm going to try to, but I'm still going to be busy. And, oh yeah, one other thing. One place I did go to when I was there, I went to a baseball game. Baseball to me is very boring, but out there, the sheer excitement and craziness of the fans actually made it very exciting. Each ball player has their own chant and their own cheer for the fans to scream, and you know, almost every fan in the audience had these inflatable white tubes that they would make motions with like they were signaling a boat for the player. It was crazy. I think I was more interested in looking at the crowd than I was looking at the game, but still, it was more exciting than any ball game I've been here in America, and I've actually been to a couple of them. Actually quite a lot, but I'm not going to go into that. But yeah, other than that, that's all I really needed to say. If you look at the side of my channel, you'll know that I've been working on a couple of, or I've been at least thinking of some new top 10s, so if you're interested in what I've been thinking about, well, there's some new lists for you down there. Also, I'm going to be doing a lot of redo reviews, and to make sure that I'm more focused to getting them done, I'm going to start putting the ones that I plan to redo under private right away.